Hey everyone, hope you had an amazing week wherever you are. Now the elephant in the room is, where is the video of me riding the rope spoke wheel? Now unfortunately, since making that video, the weather has been so bad I've not actually been able to go out and ride and film riding that wheel, so it's gonna have to wait. One thing I'm getting more and more conscious about is the carbon footprint of bike parts, and obviously like a lot of people I want to reduce my footprint. That's why I'm here just an hour or so outside of Glasgow in a place called Cooper near Perth to a company called Pinned, who you may have seen are a relatively new company. They're making some really pimp looking flat pedals in-house here in Scotland, nice and local to me, and I'm going to take a look inside here, learn how they make these pedals, learn a bit more about the company, and yeah, basically show you the process of a pedal being born. So let's head inside, meet Jamie and take you on a tour. So here we are inside, and I have Jamie here who kindly got in touch asking me if I wanted a set of pedals, but I thought it'd be quite cool to come and see how they're made with them being so local. So I'm going to let Jamie explain basically who he is, what the company is, how they got started, and so on from there, so no pressure.
Hi, I'm Jamie Duncan from Pinned, brand name of Contract Solutions Scotland, a machining company based in Coopermuir in Fife. Our core business is subcontract machining for various companies, telecommunications, space work, a little bit oil and gas, medical. One of the main things when we started this company off was we made satellite telecommunications parts. Basically, there are all sorts of different parts that go into space on satellites. We've even made parts for the Mars rover.
No, really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's quite mad. So
no pressure.
No, with this type of work, it's got to be right first time because there's no way you're going to get back.
It's not a small business then, eh?
No, it's grown.
Yeah.
It's grown. That's 10 years we've been going, and we started off in a farm shed just outside Cooper.
Really?
Yeah, with me, my dad and my brother. Yeah, it was in when the first pandemic hit. All of our customers went quiet all at the same time, which is totally unheard of. I think it's a once in a lifetime thing that. So aerospace went down, medical went down, the telecoms went down. We were lucky enough to pick up some of the medical stuff for the ventilators that was kicking about. But in that sort of period, we kind of thought, well, wait a minute here. Mountain bikes are going through the roof. Everybody's out on mountain bikes. We can't get mountain bike parts. So why don't we have a stab at making some mountain bike components? All our production engineers are into bikes in some sort of way. We've all been involved in motocross over the years. I'm involved in supermoto now, but we all have mountain bikes, and a lot of our friends have mountain bikes. So I was hearing from my friends that they were having issues with pedals was the main thing. They were having issues, and they were only lasting 2 or 3 months. And I thought, well, why not? Let's start with a pedal. We can make it better. We use locally sourced material. We actually buy it from Glasgow. All the bearings and seals, they're bought locally in Cooper. But instead of buying it from like a big company that supplies the whole of the UK, we're using local companies for this.
Brilliant. This is what you make. Flat pedal, which with some of the most aggressive looking pins I've ever seen, so it's a very apt name you've got there. Yeah, honestly, like sometimes it's really hard to convey on camera the quality of something, and obviously if these guys are sending stuff into space, you'd expect it to be pretty good quality, so yeah, I can confirm it is. Can we go see how one of these is born?
Yeah, certainly can.
So we've got Matthew here who hopefully is going to show us some of the steps in actually designing some of these products, and tell you what, this is a serious screen setup. As a video editor, I'm kind of jealous of this. This is pretty sweet. So what is it we're seeing here?
So this is the simulation of the pedal actually being made on the machine. When we start programming the pedal, we select the tools, we select the work holding, and we actually tell it what each tool wants to do, and then we can simulate the whole process as you're seeing here on the screen. When that goes out to the machine, we then know if there's going to be any collisions or any problems with it before it goes out to the machine. The spindle, it's done on a sliding head machine, so it's basically a small lathe, multi-axis lathe, that can basically turn that whole thing in one go.
One thing we haven't mentioned is, you might be able to tell by the gold that, titanium.
Yep.
Save a bit of weight, because the one thing is where I didn't mention and you can't convey over camera is that thing is chunky, but it weighs very little. So titanium, obviously a big help there.
Yeah, it definitely does. When we did the original samples, we were using steel, and it was a bit overweight, so we had to put on a diet, and the obvious thing was to titanium axles, and that was probably the biggest weight saver.
Yeah, so this is the spindle getting machined, the axle.
That is really cool. That is nuts. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this stuff made. Oh my word. Jeez, yeah, these are serious machines you got here.
Yeah.
How many? What is this, and how many have you got?
It's a Matsura MX 520, and we've got 5 of them identical. We've got 17 machines in total.
Is it a 24-hour operation or?
24/7, yep, even through Christmas they run.
Really?
Yeah.
How many of them are making pedals?
Only one today, hopefully in the future a lot more.
Do any of these things have names? Like little dogs or something?
No, some of them have got some names when they go wrong. So you can have up to 60 vices on here, so 60 pedals can get made on there.
That's brilliant.
And the robot's intelligent enough to know when it's done one. So when it comes round and the part's actually finished, it'll just stop.
Yeah, that's really cool. Seems so complicated.
It is quick. So this is the inspection department. So the machine that you're going to see is a computer numeric controlled measure machine, which will basically check the part to make sure it's exact in sizes.
Do you do this with every part, or is this like a batch? You do one out of a batch for this?
You'll do not every part, but you'll do a few throughout the day. The processes that we're using are pretty settled down, and they don't tend to move that much, but it's always good to come in and just give it a double check in here. It's accurate to within 5 microns.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty accurate.
When the pedal comes off from first machining up, you've got the base still connected to it, so we need to mount it on a fixture to take the excess material off, mount it on the fixture that goes back in the machine and gets the same finish done on the second side. And that is it completely machined. After that there's no operations, no manual deburring or anything like that. That's it, good to go for anodizing.
What alloy is it?
It's 7075 grade, which is an aerospace aluminium. 6082 is the normal aluminium. It's quite soft. It's not very good for impact or anything like that. 7075 is a lot stronger, and you get a much better finish off it. The harder the material, the better the finish. That's probably the best place to get the factory.
Yeah. This is some place. They even got a viewing platform for people like me.
Raw billet is 1.125 kilos. After the first operation, we're down to 476, and then after the last operation, the actual pedal body itself is 144 grams. Basically, we collect all the swarf and we separate it all into all different materials, so all your different aluminiums, stainless steels, exotic materials, and then there's a local recycling company that come and take it all away and recycle it for us. So they're based just down the road in Cooper as well.
All local, eh?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
This is one of the bionic hand parts, so it's a chassis for a bionic hand. Very, very complicated and not easy to make at all. That's sort of the standard of work that we do day to day. Yeah. Really tightly toleranced parts, difficult to machine. That's what we're all about. So this is the sort of cutting tools we use to form the shapes on the pedal and take away all the material. We've got various different tools, like end mills, drills, groove mills. So a combination of them we use to make the pedal. Most of the tools are carbide, so they are quite expensive, but again, after they're used we recycle them as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I never even considered that.
Yeah, so the carbide can be reused. All the chipped cutters or broken cutters, collect these up and then we can send them back for recycling.
Fantastic, learning.
Made into new ones. Yeah. All different sorts of tools. So I'll show you next door. You just come back there. So this is the CNC lathe through here. So we've got fixed heads and sliding heads. So the fixed head lathe, the material is stationary and the tools move the material. On the sliding head lathe, the tools are stationary and the material moves to the tools. This is one of the fixed head lathes we've got here. Twin spindle, one turret. And basically what this machine can do is it can start machining the part on this side and then it can transfer it over to the other side to finish the rest of the part off. These machines all have bar feeders on them. Basically loads the bar continuously. So you can load the bar feeder up with 20-30 bars and it'll just continuously feed it into the machine. Show you that we've actually got axles on the sliding head. Cheers. So this is one of the axles being produced just now on the sliding head. This is actually for a CS2 Plus. So this axle is made of beryllium copper instead of titanium.
Okay, never heard of it?
Never heard of it. It's very expensive, but it's got a higher tensile strength than titanium.
And what's the weight like?
The weight is a bit more, but with the higher tensile strength it'll be a lot stronger. And some of the tests we've run, some of the impacts that can be taken with this are pretty serious. So I mean, we've kind of got a few options going on here for people that are a bit more weight conscious, or people that are serious jumpers.
Bashers.
So that's going to be the CS2, which is getting released shortly. So this machine, the sliding head, it does the whole job complete, does the whole part, and it can do it continuously. And then we've got a bar feeder up here, 3 metre bar feeder.
Serious bar feeder?
Yeah, which can run 3 metre lengths and it can run lights out through the weekend, through the night, you name it. This machine's actually doing two things at once. It's doing the front side turning, which your bearing will sit on, and it's got your little thread for your M5 nut going on. At the same time it's doing the back thread that will go into the crank, and it's doing your hex as well, so it comes completely finished off the machine. So this is how the raw material starts for the spindles. You'll be able to see how light it actually is yourself.
Okay,
Really light.
How many axles will you get out of that?
I think you get about maybe 25-30 out of length. Oh, 64. Oh well, it was 30 out.
So you get 64 of these out of that?
Yep.
That's really cool.
This is the beryllium copper, so you can feel the weight difference in it already. For a small part it's a lot heavier.
That's insane.
So that's basically the two machines that we use to make the pedals, so I'll take you through to be able to assemble them.
Oh, it's just these are the options we've got here.
Yeah, that's all the sort of variations you can make. So this one's got titanium pins in it, these ones are the aluminium pins in it, all sorts of different colours, and the standard ones that they come with are 303 stainless.
Okay, so the stainless is the strongest?
Yep, stainless is the second strongest, titanium's the strongest.
Is it stronger? Okay.
Yep, stainless is the cheaper option.
Yeah.
And then the coloured aluminium is if you've got like coloured parts on your bike and you want to tie it in.
Well, speaking of cheapest option there, we haven't actually talked about prices for these yet. How much do these pedals retail for like these different options?
They're $195 for the pedal with the stainless steel pins in it. Mm-hmm. The aluminium pins can be bought off the website. batches of 26, enough to fill one pedal.
Yeah. Yeah, £200 is expensive for a set of pedals, but it's not until you really come see the process and the quality of how these pedals are made that you go, okay, that is well justified. So yeah, if you're like wincing at the price, believe me, there's a lot of money being put into these. So yeah, that's actually a pretty good price.
So here's our pins.
And you say you make the pins as well?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They get made in the sliding head machine. You've seen the axles getting made on.
Such a small, intricate part as well.
Yeah. So 2 raw pedals that have been anodized and laser engraved. They have left and rights on them, so you know what way to put them in. The axles as well have left and rights on them, so you don't get them confused. There's nothing worse than building them up and realising you've got them on the wrong way.
So we've got the pedals ready here. I guess you're going to show me how to do one and then I'll try the other one.
Yep, I'll do one, you do the other one. Here we go. So take the pedal body and take the needle bearing, which should be a nice slidey fit in there, push it down as far as it'll go.
Most pedals, what do you say, they've got bushings in there rather than needle bearings?
Yeah, normally pedals are renowned for having a plastic bush in here. They can call it all sorts of fancy things, but at the end of the day it's a plastic bush. That's one of the reasons that we kind of changed the design of it a little bit, and we went needle bearing instead of bush. The reason behind that was the plastic bush is probably the biggest failure point in the pedal. Once you get a little bit of wear in the bush, it starts to get axial play, and then the seal fails and it just gets worse. Yeah. The idea behind the needle bearing is that it eliminates the axial play, which then allows your seal to work correctly, extending the life of the pedal. With the CS2s, we're doing a 5-year warranty, covers all the manufacturing defects, and we'll be introducing crash protection very soon.
So, believe in your product then?
Yeah.
Great stuff.
So, once the needle bearing's in, we put the proper oil seal in. Oil seal's in.
I thought that was a bearing. That's an oil seal.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of being a facelip seal, we've went for the metal backed oil seal, which is similar to what you'd get in an engine or a motorbike engine.
Yeah.
Where the output shafts are. So they work well on that at the rotations they're going at, so we can incorporate that in our design. Next, the all important grease. So fill the cavity, good bit of grease, and then time for the axle. Remembering that the R on the axle matches the R on the pedal. So that just slides in nicely. Then we've got 2 roller bearings here on this end. So just pop in a little nut which goes in. And then we just tighten it together.
Is that an 8mm on the axle?
Yeah.
Nice. I do like a good chunky Allen-key fitting on it.
Yeah. No, it makes it much easier for when you're trying to get it off.
Yeah.
So that's that tightened up. And then it's time for the little cap on the end with our O-ring on it. And that just tightens up and takes the play out of the spindle. It tightens up against the bearing.
Just like that?
Just like that. That's you.
And then I guess the pins, but
yep.
I guess they're fairly self-explanatory.
Yeah, so I mean you can set this up as you like. We've got the pins you can put in any position on the pedal. The normal one is to have the longer pins all the way around the outside and the blanking caps in the middle. It's totally up to yourself. Some people prefer to have the pins in the whole thing. You can run it whatever way suits you.
I mean, I guess the pedal already has some concave to it, which I really like, by the way, and having the pins on the outside almost would exaggerate that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it does. Without the centre pins, you're about 9mm concave, so there's a fair bit there, and you can really feel it when you get your foot on it. You can feel the difference.
When it comes to pins, you've gone for a fairly unique design here. They're top mounted, Hexagon design with a, what do you call that top part there?
Like a nipple on the top.
Yeah. Any reason why you've gone for this style, this design?
We had a look at various different pedals, and we just felt that the ones that you screwed from underneath, once the pin got bent, then it was going to be very difficult to get them back out. At least with the top mounted one, it's a 4mm socket to take them out. And the design that we've actually went for was our second design. We put a conical diameter on there, which fits into the pedal in a cone. So you're getting it's a lot sturdier, and a lot stronger. So the chances of breaking or bending are a lot less than it would be if it was just a straight screw basically coming out the pedal. But again, when you receive the pedals in the box, they're ready to go. Last thing we wanted people to do was open the box and build a set of pedals. You just take them out of the box, put them on your bike and go.
Yeah. Make your life easier if you didn't have to do it though.
Yeah, there's many nights spent at home in the kitchen with my wife. She was loving it.
You do clipless pedals at some point?
Yeah, I mean, after this, we're going to look into all sorts of things. Once I get design on board, who knows? But yeah, I mean, clipless ones would be good. That would give us both sides of the market.
Yeah, well, exciting.
And that's it.
There we go, just like that.
Just like that.
So, pedal body to start with. I'm trying to remember because I was filming as well as doing this. So we grabbed the needle bearing.
Yep.
And that goes in the crank side. No grease.
No grease.
Which way around does it go?
That way, yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's in. Is at this point we add the grease.
Yep.
Which is this one.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you put in?
Just fill the cavity.
Grease in there. The axle slides in.
Mm-hmm.
Like so. We grab the two bearings. Grab the nut. Allen key.
That's it.
Like so. Alright, okay, nice. End cap.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. How tight?
Tight.
There we go, until my knuckles crack.
Yep.
And it spins nicely. Brilliant. Pins.
Pins, yeah. Fiddly.
So these are all the same length, aren't they?
Yeah.
So just pop these on all the outside. Feels like it should be some F1 pit stop or something. Getting some tool envy here. I like this. I need to sort out my garage. Get some decent stuff. There we go. Really happy with that. That is such a pin pedal. And a hell of a lot easier than a rope spoke wheel, I'll tell you that. Slightly over, it's probably too much grease that I put in.
Yeah, I think that could have been what it was.
Nice box you got there.
Yeah. It's totally recyclable and also locally sourced.
The boxes?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yep.
You kidding?
No, everything.
Fantastic.
Got an instruction guide there. And the who built it, but you won't need one of them because you built it yourself.
So, obviously, I have a set for my bike. If I ask nicely, maybe they'll supply a set for my other bike as well. But it's not just about supplying my bike. I asked Jamie, and he is willing to do a giveaway. So, if you want to get involved in that, I'll announce that on my social media at Clarkson. If you want to follow these guys as well, we are pinned. So, keep an eye out, and you can win. Have we decided which model it's going to be yet? You're going to win something. Anyway, pedal-wise. So, yeah, go and give me a follow, and I'll announce that soon. So here we have the old and the new. This, you say, is the first ever one you made?
Yeah. Because we're not designers, we had to basically make a model of this part, machine it, and once we'd machined it, we kind of found a few things that weren't that great. The pins kept snapping with the design of the pins. Obviously the axle kept seizing the way that we'd used the plastic bush in there. So with that we thought, right, okay, well we can redesign the pin, and we made it so it's got a cone on it. We had to make the section around the outside slightly thicker to allow for the cone. So we changed that, but that added a bit of weight to it. On the original one we had a steel axle, so the best way to get rid of the weight was a titanium axle, which was a lot stronger, a lot lighter, so it kind of evened the weight out a bit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where the CS2 was born from. At this point we are taking on a design engineer to design future products, and it'll take out a bit of the trial and error out of it.
Yeah.
More
so
right
you
first
some time and costs and...
Yeah, it will do. We'll kind of know what we're looking for straight away, and we'll be able to see if it's going to be able to take the strain of some of the impacts or that, rather than just making one, trying it, and then adjusting it.
Well, I'm excited to see what comes from it. Yeah,
it should be good.
So guys, that is the tour. I hope you really enjoyed that. I actually really enjoyed coming and taking a look. I actually haven't been in a place like this with those kind of machines for years, since I did a tour of Hope. So yeah, really cool to see. Thanks so much for showing me around, having me up here, and of course for the pedals.
No problem at all.
I'm going to try not to speed home and get these fitted. And yeah, like you're saying, I'm really excited to see what happens with pins and what other products you make. I wish you guys good luck going forward, and I hope you get in touch with me when you make the next item.
I'm sure we'll do, and I hope you enjoy the pedals.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. So, 2 tech videos in 2 weeks. Wasn't planned, like I mentioned, but yeah, I really hope you find that interesting. It is insane the range of stuff that those guys make there, and with sending stuff up into space, yeah, I don't think I've ever been in a place that makes stuff quite that high quality. But that's me with my goodies. I'm a happy guy. I'm going to end the video there, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll have a longer version on Patreon. If you want to see that, then head to the link down below. If you want to support this channel, you can buy some merch, also linked down below. If you want to support the channel but don't want any obligations with merch or anything, then please consider a PayPal donation. All of these things really do make this video possible, because I've got to get fuel in the car to get to places like this, you know. But yeah, absolutely huge thanks to Jamie and all the guys at Pins for getting in touch. Let me come and have a look, have a snoop around, see what they do, and for giving me these items. Like I mentioned, have a check of my social media where I will be announcing the competition sometime soon. But until then, have an absolutely fantastic week, and I'll catch you next time. So take care everyone, bye bye.